Hello everybody. So today I'm going to be showing you how I set up my ultimate decade save. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to come to Cursed Forge and find Seriously Blank Slave. How I find that is I just look up Seriously Blank Save. It's the first link that pops up, and then you're just going to go ahead. Once you click that, you'll go here and you'll install it. I have it installed already. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to Documents. Mine's down here. Sometimes I accidentally click this one, and that's for my OneDrive. We don't want that. We want this one. You're going to go to My Games. Ooh, wrong thing. Electronic Arts. You're going to go to The Sims 4, and you're going to go here to Saves. Now, I already have this one saved twice, so I have to rename it. So what I do is I drag it over here to my desktop, I right click and I hit rename. I right click and I hit rename, there it goes. So last time I saved it as 26, so now I want to save it as 27. So that way it doesn't override any of my other games. So we're going to just go ahead and move that to saves. So now that is in there. Okay. So now that we are in the game, we're going to go ahead and you're going to hit resume. Because that www, that's the seriously blank file. So... And now, as you can tell, all we have is one person, so I'm going to come and delete that person. I also like to keep the sim count at 80 so we can deal with less randomly generated sims. So, and in other households, I like to just come here. I don't want them to be able to adopt children. I don't want them to be able to leave or move in anywhere. They can have babies, and then I usually let them pretty much just either die or have children, because I am going to be putting in, like people, I guess we could do romantic damage a relationship. And then I guess we could do romance changes as well. So it really just depends how you want your gameplay to be. Then the second thing I like to do is come into settings, go to gameplay. I like to just undo all this. We don't want to age up played households. We can auto age unplayed. I usually just keep it to normal because with the Ultimate Decades Challenge, anyways, you're going to be auto-aging, like yourself with your side households. So I just let the unplayed households age how they want. So we're going to hit apply to that. Then I come here to environment, and I want the season lengths to be 14 days. Makes it a little funner, so I'm not repeating holidays. I do want my Sims to be opted out of fame, at least for right now. And then I like to just disable all of this, and if there are werewolves, they get limited there. We'll disable that. We can do that. I don't really want rental events. I don't want Cupid Corner. We can create heirlooms. We don't really need small business. We can limit the fairies. Don't want them to be able to get ailments or luck or anything like that. So I'm just going to apply those settings. And everything else, as of right now, I'm pretty sure is fine with the way that I want it. So this I'm like traumatized from because I have made a couple sim files, and as I was like installing my stuff, it was like a corrupted file. So for the sim family I'm going to be making, we're actually going to just be in Hinford on Bagley. And what I like to do is just go ahead and turn on Move Objects cheat. So as you can see up here, you'll just Shift click C or Shift Control C. That cheat bar pops up, and then you go ahead and you type in bb.moveObjects on, and that's how you always make sure it's on. So, and then what I like to do is I like to open the gallery, and this is how I just like fill the lots, and then we'll go ahead and hashtag it with 1300s. And I always like to change it to most popular. You don't have to. You can find a lot of good stuff down there. But like, for example, this is like a medieval church and cemetery. That's a pretty cool lot. It's a 64 by 64. So do we even have that size lot here? We have it at Old Mill Hill. That's not really where I want to place it. So what I like to do is kind of go and find like lots that I can put like others, because I do want other Sims here. So normally what I do is I go to size, and then I search up 30 by 20, and like we have this one. It's just a 1 bed, 1 bath. We have medieval farmhouse. 2 bed, 2 bath. I already have that one of mine. Bramblewood cottage, 1 bed, 1 bath. I at least like to find stuff where like they're gonna be okay, you know. Medieval home 2. So it's really just like going through and finding what you want. See, so like if I didn't really find anything with 1300s, so I'm gonna just type in 1300, and maybe more stuff will pop up, if you know what I'm saying, that I want. So like, for example, this is medieval housing. Looks like 2 different ones. Starter house. And it's also, yeah, 30. So, okay, like this is a 1 bed, 1 bath. I like this one, so we're gonna just go ahead and we'll place the lot here. And it will load like this for a minute. And then next what I do is I go back to the gallery, and I like to look up households. For example, this is just like a 1 bed, 1 bath. So we could just go ahead and pick a random couple that I like on here, and see how it's a little too expensive for them. All you have to do is, again, Shift Control C. You're gonna go up here and you're gonna type free real estate on. That will allow them to move into here, as you can see, and those are now a part of our little world now. So that's exciting. So we'll just do, I don't really want it to be named that. A couple of times I have gone through and like redid their names and all that kind of stuff. Just because it makes it a little fun. Or you could go in and create all your own townies. This is just like the way that I like to do it. So I'm gonna pause here, and then I'll come back after I fill out the whole save file. I also, but real quick actually, before I pause, I do like to save every single time I place a family, because I have placed corrupted lots off the gallery that have caused my game to shut down. So if you don't want to have to be like me, where you make a whole save and then you lose it all, I definitely recommend saving after every time you place a lot and every time you place a household, just to save yourself and be extra safe, because I also have a decently ran computer and mine also did do that. But now I'm gonna pause and I'll come back after I fill all the lots in the world. Okay guys, so now you can see is we have a full village. So I have like a little village with a bunch of families in here, and these are all just from online. I have like a little royal family, we've got a witch's shop, we've got a bar, we have a library, and then now we have people who look like they belong in medieval times. So all of those will automatically go in your households. You want to boot them all to other households. So for example, let's move this one here, bachelor set. We just want them to be in here. I did change to allow them to have romance changes. It's really kind of just up to you how you want the world around you to evolve. I only was gonna keep it off because I don't like when they marry the random townies and then like it floods and it gets all crazy. Um, but I do want them to like be able to get married in within each other. I just wish I could disable like divorces, to be honest with you. I don't know. Maybe I actually will keep it off. I don't know. It's all how you want to play. So it's up to you. So now these are all of our townies that we'll have. The game will automatically generate them. Random townies that aren't going to look like that. I know there's a way to do it with MC Command Center. I tried and I'm not fully up to tune with what exactly I had to do because I started getting like remakes of people and it was just not fun for me. So I took it out. But basically, every time I have to like go to save, like manage worlds, I'll just come in and I'll delete the random townies. But like I said, lowering your sim max count really does help. Because it allows you to have less random townies generated, makes it easier to clean up. I like to add some households that are like bachelors, or they also have girl ones like this one. Just so when we do play, right, your Sims have somebody to marry that you don't have to go in and create, and it's just a little easier to have random bachelors around. But that's why I get conflicted on turning romance changes on, because I don't know if I want them all to just like go off and get married. But it's really just up to you. But this is how I set my save file up. Also, in the Seriously Blank Save, every single other world is also blank. So if you wanted, you could go through and add people to the different worlds. Like if you wanted somebody like a king who owned Windenburg or things like that nature, use it to your storytelling. I don't even know what you want to call that. But use it to storytell in the way that you want to. I really do like the blank save file for that. It's really nice. And the only reason your game, Sims 4 game, will automatically generate random townies is because of, like, if you have a lot of packs like me, they'll have to fill slots of people to work. Bartenders, other little different things. So that is why. Then I also recommend actually I want to come here and disable all this real quick. I don't want discovery quests. I also like to turn that off because it does have discovery quests enabled, so that makes it easier. But this is how I set the save file up. I'm going to be starting a Let's Play of the Ultimate Decades Challenge on my YouTube channel, so that will be coming here soon, and this is just the setup of my save file to it. So I hope that gives you guys some insight on how you can easily create a new save file, even if you don't want a medieval save or you don't want to do the Ultimate Decades Challenge. It is really nice to have a blank save and be able to kind of create a world that you want. Or you could use this if you wanted to go in and build your whole entire own Sims planet. So I hope that this was helpful to you guys in a way, and it gave you, like I said, some insight into how to set your sim world up. So thank you guys so much. And thank you for subscribing and liking and doing all the things. I really appreciate it. Bye, guys.